You're gonna want to hear this. The following is guaranteed to knock your ears right off.
And we're back. Hi, Matt.
Hello, Liam.
Welcome back to Lounging Around with your host, Liam Saranich, my co-host, Bree,
Hi.
Matt,
Yeah.
and our special guest, Cesar.
Hello.
Cesar was on here before. Were you not, Cesar?
I certainly was.
What were you on here for last time?
Last time we were talking about mythologies.
Mythical creatures.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Close enough.
How times have changed.
How we have evolved in the show. Bree, we have an Instagram. What's our Instagram, Bree?
Lounging.around.podcast.
Oh, that's perfect. What about our YouTube?
Lounging Around podcast.
There you go. And what should I do on both of them?
Like and subscribe.
Thank you. That's how we promote our show here. It's just a bunch of fun promotions. Am I right, Joe?
Yeah.
And Joe's here. And we have an audience tonight. Ivor. No one can hear him.
Yeah, he said what up.
Yeah, he said what up. What are we talking about tonight, Bree?
We are reading Am I the A-Hole? Threads on from Reddit.
This is going to be fun. So basically, we're going to be reading threads about people writing some horrible things they do. Stop sticking your tongue out at me, Caesar. And we're going to determine if
If they are the A-Hole or not.
They're the wrong person.
if they are
If they're
deemed
the
to
butt.
be in Matt's hell. So,
Yeah. That's crazy.
yeah.
I feel like everyone is.
In Matt's?
Yeah.
Oh, hell for
don't-
Matt is... Yeah, shut up, man.
Throw my game.
Yeah, you want to make fun of my
Going
stutter?
down.
I'll make fun of yours.
Hell for Matt, for people in Matt's hell, just I'm playing League for 24 hours straight.
That's called heaven, buddy. You got it mixed up.
My bad, I guess. My bad. Okay, so we're going on a little break. We're going to keep it really short so we can get right into it. And then when we get back, we're going to start reading some threads. Sound good?
Great, man.
Awesome. Until then, please enjoy Run by Joji. And we're back. Hi, Matt.
Hello, Liam.
We had some technical difficulties.
Yeah. You can say that again.
Yeah. Thank you for saving the show.
No problem. I had some interesting points.
All right, anyways. You ready to read some Reddit threads?
Yeah.
All right. So I'll go first, and then Bree, and then we'll debate. We'll talk about the one I just read, and then Bree will go, so we'll get back and forth between me and Bree reading. Sound good?
Yeah.
Let's hope my reading holds up tonight.
Don't stutter, man. If you stutter, it's all over.
All right, Matt, thanks.
Show just ends.
Am I an a-hole for microwaving ice cream and putting it back in the freezer? That's the title.
Is there any explanations?
Oh, no, we're going to read the rest.
Oh,
I'm just
there you
reading the
go.
title. Relax, man.
Okay.
Short and sweet. I hate waiting for ice cream like Ben & Jerry's to go soft enough to scoop. So I microwave it, microwave it to melt a bit and get what I want, then put it back. My husband hates it because he says you're not supposed to freeze things twice. I never had a problem, but I did it at dinner. Did it at a dinner party, and his family all looked at me like I had two heads. Well, as soon as she said these edit things, I don't even know. Edit 1, I'm not melting the ice cream to soup. It's 10 to 20 seconds to take the edge off. Edit 2, I showed the comments to my husband. His exact response was, "What?" Okay, never mind. She's just responding to her own thing. But basically, to sum that up, she takes Ben & Jerry's, throws it into the microwave, puts it on for 10 to 20 seconds, softens it up, and then scoops it out and then freezes it again. Now, do you think she's a butt for doing that?
How about you go first, Liam?
Yeah, I think that you're a weirdo for microwaving ice cream. I think there's so many more simple solutions, like warming up a hot spoon or a metal spoon. Sorry.
Yeah, you run it under hot water.
Yeah, you run it under hot water and you can just scoop it out. And then it helps melt the ice cream faster too. You don't have to take the whole Ben & Jerry's and throw it in there. You can take a hot spoon and just scoop it out and then put it in a bowl and then put it in the microwave instead of having to take the whole thing out, take the whole canister and put it in there? What do you think, Cesar?
See, I'm on the side of I could kind of understand where she's coming from.
Yeah.
Because sometimes my freezer will freeze these ice creams to the point where I physically cannot use a spoon with it because the spoon will start bending. So just as like a quick way of getting ice cream fast, I understand it. And besides, Ben and Jerry's, those little tubs, they're personal tubs. If you share those tubs just because you don't like ice cream,
She shares it with her husband.
how do you share a tub that small?
My mom
though?
and dad do it all the time.
How?
I don't know.
Yeah, they don't eat much, do they?
Yeah.
I eat that whole tub and then I just wonder where it all went.
My parents are kind of sad like that, so yeah. They're not going to hear this.
Oh yeah, yeah. Not until just now.
Although I will say though, the whole thing of refreezing it, that's kind of gross because then when I used to do it, it would like make the top layer really weird and I didn't like it. Like,
Well, I don't even see so I see the dilemma of getting the ice cream out of there. I don't see why she wants to freeze it again.
To put it back.
No, I mean, I see why she wants to freeze it again. I don't see the problem with freezing again. I see the problem with the way she unfreezes it. That's what I'm kind of confused about.
I just feel like if she wanted to unfreeze it, but she wasn't going to finish the whole thing, just scoop some of it out, put it in a separate bowl, and do that. Because then that way, the rest of the ice cream stays perfectly fine.
Yeah.
And then whatever amount she wants is the one that gets, like unfrozen.
Mm.
That's the issue, though. She can't get any of it out because it's frozen.
Well, that's why I'm saying take the metal spoon, heat it up, scoop it out, put it in a bowl, and then microwave the thing in the bowl. Why do you gotta ruin the shared tub of ice cream?
Like, gotta ruin it for everyone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So in my conclusion, you are a butthole for that.
Yeah.
We can't say the A word, but you are a butthole.
In my factual opinion,
Mm-hmm.
I think not the weirdo or whatever, because right, it's just modifying your food to a different extent. Right, so we take food modifications every day, right? You take off lettuce because you don't like lettuce. You eat cold spaghetti. You eat warm spaghetti. You eat cold ice cream. You eat warm ice cream.
Well, if you eat cold spaghetti, there's a problem.
What do you mean? I do that all the time.
Well, you're just sad.
Just because it's not normalized.
And you also eat like 2 milkshakes by yourself and a
Thanks.
burger and chicken fries all to yourself. So
When that happened?
literally, it's recorded and posted on YouTube, right? Yeah, it's on the Broadway episode, right, Joe? All right. Yeah, that's just huh?
But,
What about you, Bree?
No.
Oh no, wait. Finish what you're saying. Now I didn't realize there'd be more.
It was like, and when you put it back, it doesn't even do much. I've seen it get melted before and then put it back.
Yeah,
It makes a weird top layer.
we can agree on
but
that.
the top layer doesn't matter because it's the whole
we can
thing
agree
that
on that
matters.
aspect. The top layer doesn't matter, like he's saying. Like Cesar, the crazy guy. But yeah, you can get him. Go get him.
Yo.
You can get him.
No, we can
Just
go on the
go get
outside.
him.
Yeah. What do you think, Bree?
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I think it's weird. I don't know if it makes her an a-hole, though.
Oh yeah,
But, like,
I
in
think
the
it does.
situation.
How? It's not hurting anyone.
Well, it's the shared tub.
That's what I'm saying. It's like
Yeah, no.
it's
What?
it's
I
not
think
just you who's
I'm
having
agreeing with you in the aspect of she's a butt, but I don't agree with the freezing thing again. Like I agree that she can freeze it. You don't agree with the fact she could freeze it, but Matt thinks she could freeze it. I think there's no problem with that part. I think the way she's doing it in melting the ice cream is the problem. Anyways, moving on though from that one. So in summary, I think she's a butt. Caesar thinks she's a butt.
Hold on, let's get down and dirty, man.
And Matt,
Why do you think? What?
I've explained
it.
it.
He was the first one to explain it.
No, it's like you just don't like it because it's weird.
I've explained it, man.
Because it's weird.
No,
Like you
I
could
think
just
it's rude.
rude.
Yeah.
It's
So,
her
bud.
tub of ice cream. What do you want?
Jack Attack just walked in.
Dork.
Hey, Darth Dork.
Like, it's her tub of ice cream. What are you gonna do about it,
Bro,
bro?
calm down, man.
Who cares?
Calm down.
Who cares
Well,
about?
clearly the
Right,
husband
We're
cares.
moving on.
All right. All right, just say it wrong right
No,
now.
I'm not wrong, but we're not debating.
Just
this
say
is
you're wrong.
We're giving opinions.
No,
this
you
is
just
not
said
a
we'll
debate
debate
tonight.
about it.
Let's
It's
just
not
debating. It's
we're
just giving
just debating.
opinions.
We're just giving
Bro,
opinions.
some opinions are literally wrong and need to be called out, right?
Listen here, Mr. Flat
listen,
Earther.
yeah,
It's not an opinion. It's a fact.
And you
First
lost.
off.
Okay, we're not going back to this. We're moving on.
The Earth is shaped like a
I'm
donut.
summarizing. Let me just summarize it. Me and Cesar think she's a butt, and you two don't. Okay, great, awesome.
One of us
Cool.
are correct. Is correct.
Okay, moving on.
I agree with you.
Okay,
That's
and
right.
I think
If she agrees with
and
me
I think
and
you're
I agree with
wrong.
her,
And I think you're
we're
wrong.
just-
Man,
we're both right.
It's over. It's done. Your mic's off now.
Cut.
All right, man.
Bree, you
Okay.
go.
Am I the a-hole for not saying anything about the underwear? My 20-year-old daughter and her fiance are currently staying with us. I love my daughter, but she's very difficult and I can't stand her fiance. I gave them a deadline to move out because I can't take this anymore. They got into a massive fight the other day while my wife was out. I guess a pair of my wife's underwear got in with their laundry and she thought he was cheating. I think the fact that she immediately jumped to cheating shows how bad the relationship is. She was waving the underwear around and I recognized them because they had a floral print, but I just let this ridiculous fight go on. My wife came home after about 30 minutes and said they were hers. My wife asked if I didn't realize they were hers and I accidentally laughed. My daughter burst into tears and won't talk to me. Her fiance said they're effed and left the house, but my wife thought it was funny.
Matt.
This is less about being the a-hole and more about how good of a troll you could be. Right? I'm saying if you could ruin someone's relationship off of, I don't know, maybe like just one pair of underwear in somebody else's thing, is that a relationship, right?
Wait, so I heard, but like, so basically it was, she thought their
She
fiance.
thought her fiance was cheating on her because it was some random girl's underwear, but it was just her mom's.
Oh my god.
He did win the a-hole badge, so the internet thinks he is.
Wait, so
They
the
think
husband,
the fiance is?
The
no, not
husband.
the
The husband.
husband
The
that
dad.
let it happen.
Oh, he didn't say anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just
Oh,
let them
no.
argue.
Oh, no.
That is a bad move, man.
That is amazing, man. You are watching gold entertainment for free because you just don't say anything.
You're literally terrible.
Dude, I mean, the wife thought it was funny. In retrospective, they'll probably think it's funny.
His wife thought it was funny.
Yeah.
But the fiance has no idea what
Yeah,
happened.
she's crying.
Yes.
Easy.
No.
Wait, how is any of this bad?
No, that is terrible.
I mean, think about it. It's two birds with one stone. You got a nice little laugh in the moment, and you helped your son dodge a bullet.
Well, he
No,
doesn't
it's his
know.
daughter.
Yeah. His daughter was mad.
You helped your daughter dodge a bullet.
Dude, like, who knows how the relationship was? Regardless of that, he didn't tell his daughter that it was her mother's underwear.
Part of me wants to say just, if you couldn't sit down and have an honest conversation about your relationship to settle things, it wasn't really too good of a relationship to begin with.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
this isn't a relationship advice episode, but still, talk things out.
Yeah, that's fair.
And logically speaking, how would he have that and like put it in the laundry and everything?
Yeah,
You
why
know,
would
it
he
doesn't
keep
make
that?
sense. Don't make any sense, man. Wait, so I think not. He's just being a little troll and some little goofs and gaffes.
Oh,
you know?
I think the dad is a complete a-hole.
No.
I mean, this is the kind of a-hole that you need these in the world.
Oh no, I agree that, like, I agree with you. He's an a-hole, and I do think he is definitely the troll we've been looking for. The peanut gallery needs to stop.
Hey, no flash photography.
All right, Bree, what about you?
I mean, it's not his job to save his daughter's relationship.
Yeah, I guess it's. I just kind of wish the father would have said something.
Oh yeah, no, been like
You
a
know,
decent guy, but you
yeah.
know, I think it's funny.
It's
No,
more
it's
like
hilarious.
It's like analogous to like somebody like witnessing a murder and like not saying anything. Right?
This is
'Cause it's like
way
okay.
two different things. You're
It's
taking
like
two different
you're
extremes.
witnessing something really bad. Like you
Yeah.
could do something,
Uh-huh.
but you choose not to.
Oh,
You're
kind
not
of
a
like
bad
that
person,
whole
right?
audience effect.
Yeah.
I don't know, but-
Bystanders did nothing wrong, man.
All right, so run up the summary. Me and Cesar think
Yeah, I'd say he is.
bad guy. You guys think
I mean, in reality, I think he is, but you know,
okay, Bree
I think he's funny.
agrees with us, and then you
No.
you're just a terrible person, so you think he's not funny. Or he is funny.
Yeah.
He just didn't do anything
Not
wrong.
an a-hole.
Yeah.
Just a cool guy on a cool day.
He's just a cool dad.
Part of the cool guy club right there.
Yep. He knows my number.
That guy goes on a yacht while all of us just stay inside and do nothing with our lives.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, anyways.
He's probably a flat earther too.
Probably. Well, I'm about
He
to
knows
read.
what's up.
Well, this is gonna be a long one. Okay, so the title says, "Am I an a-hole for announcing a party that my mom's friend might be interested in me in?" Okay.
Wait, can you reread that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Am I an a-hole for announcing at a party that my mom's friend might be interested in me?
All right, go on now.
All right, cool. I, female 24, have known my mom's friends, Jane, female 60, and Joe, female 66, since I was a kid. Recently, they have began to comment that I have never had a boyfriend. To start, Jane said a local shop is hiring and I should apply because it would be a great place to meet boys. I said thanks, but I'm looking for a boyfriend. I'm not looking for a boyfriend. Joe then started saying how I should try to find someone soon before it's too late. I tried to joke it off, saying I don't need a man and a boyfriend. Sounded like and a boyfriend sounded like work. After they left, I told my parents that I didn't like those comments, and they made me uncomfortable. My parents agreed it was strange, but said I shouldn't overthink it. They came over again and pushed the discussion of relationships and how I should find a boyfriend. I tried to make a joke saying I was asked out, but turned it down. My parents seemed surprised, so I told a story about how two different guys asked me out, but I turned them down because they made me uncomfortable. Jane said I should at least go on a date with them because I don't know when I'd be asked again. I became angry and told him I would rather be single than date someone who made me feel uncomfortable. Joe disagreed, saying it didn't matter. I should have taken the offers. I mentioned again to my parents how uncomfortable I was with these comments, but again, I was told to ignore them. I asked my parents to tell them to stop making comments about my relationships. It's a long one. I saw them again last week. My parents pulled them aside and told them to stop making those comments as they made me uncomfortable, and they agreed to stop. Later, Joe asked me a question, and when I didn't give him the response he wanted, he said he'd ask my boyfriend later to set me back to normal, because it's so funny. After Joe told someone not to ask about any boyfriend because they wouldn't want me to get upset again. What? Wait, I'm confused.
Yo, reread that, man.
After-
Reread that little part.
After Joe told me not to ask about any boyfriend because they, quote, wouldn't want me to get upset again, end quote. When Jane and Joe were leaving, they made a comment about me being alone for the rest of my life. The final straw was tonight. My parents had a party and Jane and Joe came. My parents agreed to remind them of my boundaries and that I could leave if needed. The jokes continued. Jane said how sad my life must be and how I will die alone. I started to leave when Joe said Jane was right, and it was almost pathetic that I didn't have a boyfriend yet. I was tired of them disrespecting my boundaries, so I turned to Joe and very loudly said, I think I finally understand why you and Jane were bringing up my relationship status. It's because you're interested in me. That must be why you keep disrespecting my boundaries. Well, let me be clear. I am not interested in you, and frankly, it's creepy. You've known me since I was a child. I left after that. From what I've been told, they were embarrassed and left the party early. My best friends think I'm right, but my parents believe that I said was uncalled for and disturbing. What they said makes me feel disrespected, but maybe it was too harsh. So am I the a-hole?
Well, that was a lot to unpack.
Sum up basically the story. The person, do not let them in. Don't. What? Yeah, don't let them in. No, don't.
No.
Don't even acknowledge them.
Yeah.
Close the blinds.
Close the blinds.
Closing the
don't, 'cause
blinds
they're
is
not supposed-
acknowledging
They're not
them.
supposed to be in here, so don't.
No.
Just
Nope.
close the
Quinn.
blinds, if anything. Don't bother. I'm asking you not to do
Don't-
that.
There's someone outside trying to get into the building. We don't know who they are.
Yeah, do not let him in. Just tell him to go away. Just
If
shoo him off.
the
Shoo
police
him.
need this eventually, the time
Get
is
the squirt bottle.
10:40.
All right,
PM.
I'm ignoring what's happening behind me.
Yes.
Anyways,
I think he's gone. I think he's gone.
No, he's
No, he's
not.
still there.
He's
He's
still
not
there.
still there.
Bro, Joe. That is literally acknowledging him.
yeah.
All right, whatever. Just keep
Anyways,
Okay.
I'm gonna
Alright.
explain.
Are they the a-hole?
Basically, what happened was this girl who's 24 has been getting harassed by these two people that she's known for a very long time. She's a child, saying that that she needs to get a boyfriend and everything, and that she's
Before
gonna
it's
be,
too late.
before she's gonna be sad and alone, all this, and she's asked them to stop multiple times, and they didn't. And finally, she kind of got angry and basically said that Joe, the 66-year-old, basically has been saying all these things because he's been in love with her since she was a child. So is she an a-hole for saying that to him in anger after all the comments
in a
he'd been
party.
giving? At a party, yeah.
I mean,
I thought it was the man. I was so scared.
No, it's not. And if it was, don't worry about it.
I feel on one hand, that comment has been said to her so many times that I can understand her sense of anger because she's openly admitted to not liking people rushing her about that so much. But on the other hand, it just going that far, maybe I might, but it's something that just it depends how the situation goes and how long this pot has really been brewing for.
Yeah.
'Cause-
Well, from what I can gather from that long-winded thing, this has probably been like months and months and almost probably a year of like those comments. So, I mean, if I was her, I would say something eventually too. Even if it was just like a month, I'd be like, "What are you doing?" It's like my life.
Yeah.
They're 60s. They're like in their 60s and they're married. Like she's 24 and she's still young. She has plenty of time.
Part of that could also just be that sort of generational difference in a way because, I mean, we're right now in a generation where it's okay to wait to be married.
Yeah.
Some people, they wait till they're like 30, 40 before they start having kids now.
Exactly.
Realistically,
Yeah.
they come from a time when if you don't get engaged by the time you're 18, you're already taking too long.
I think
Yeah.
it's less about the grandparents actually wanting to see her with somebody, but them wanting to see their grandchildren before they pass.
It's
Yeah.
not her grandparents.
No,
thought it was.
it's just her mom's friends.
Oh, is her mom's friends?
These are mom's friends. Yeah.
Oh,
It's not her grandparents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
well, maybe they want to see their little children. Like,
What?
What?
You know?
Way to make it worse.
There.
It's her mom's friends
Yes,
that have known her
children.
since a kid.
And it could be like that, but it's kind of weird still.
No, I think
I don't
that-
think they're in.
I think she is justified, 100% justified for
I agree.
for everything she said to them and for getting mad and for saying what she said because, like her friends said at the end, like her friends agreed with her parents thought it was a little rude, but somewhat agree. And I think that she 100% had every right to do that because if that was me, it was my parents' friends and God, like I would not care. No offense, but
I mean,
would not care.
I give her brownie points for at least trying to first settle it as an adult.
Oh yeah,
But it's clear that they didn't want to stop it.
they
so
want to be children in high school again. It just kind of sounds like their personality. So
I think that she was justified, yes.
Yeah.
But I think she could have handled it better. Probably by like talking to them specifically in private, because the mom obviously doesn't do anything.
yeah,
But I mean, at a party, you know,
yeah,
I mean, it's justified.
yeah,
Not the ale.
yeah. So Bree, you agree not?
Not the a-hole,
So we
yeah.
all agreeance. The first one we're agreeing on. Awesome.
Actually,
Okay. Okay. So we're gonna have Bree do one more, and then we're gonna go on a break.
Okay, let me pick one. I guess I'll do this one. Am I the a-hole for making my boyfriend walk our dog at 3 a.m.? I'm a nurse. I used to get home from work and our dog would be waiting by the door because she got used to the time I'd be home. I'd then take her for a quick walk. She got used to it and turned into a habit. I was working night shifts on a pretty consistent basis. My boyfriend refuses to wake up at night when she comes barking at our door and acts like he is dead asleep or just point blank says no. I didn't have to wake up and do it. Yesterday night, I went to the bathroom. because I genuinely needed to, but then she woke up and wanted to go for a walk. I heard my boyfriend calling me, but I stayed in the bathroom a while longer to prompt him to get up and take her on a walk, because I have told him time and time again it's unfair that I always have to do it. He did end up doing it, but was pretty mad and said I created this issue and I should deal with it to fix it. Am I the a-hole?
No. Off the bat, no. It's a shared responsibility.
Wait, so she got the dog?
So she got the dog used to taking walks in the middle of the night when she got home from her shift, but now she's not working nights anymore and the dog still wants to go on the walk at that time.
No. She's not a bad person for that at all.
I mean, I feel like part of that could also depends on like how early does the husband himself have to wake up, because if he has to wake up at like 7 a.m., I wouldn't want to wake up at 3 a.m. to walk the dog for like 30 minutes.
It's a thing of just eventually just ignore the dog and then just start taking the dogs out at a different specific time instead of like before you go to bed and the dog goes to bed, take the dog out before you go to bed and just walk him around. And then
Well, what if they don't want to go out?
Yeah.
Because they're waiting until 12 because
The
they're
dog?
Pavloved. Yeah.
well, the dog will eventually do it if you
Well, yeah,
eventually
if you
get
just
him
ignore
outside.
him.
Yeah.
You just gotta train the dog again.
Yeah, you just gotta do that. Yeah, I would just put the dog in a crate.
I think neither are bad people.
No, I don't think either are. I just think that the unfortunate thing of what Matt says, like the Pavlov effect of just consistently at the same time every night, the dog wants to do the same thing over and over again. It's just it's a good thing, but it's a good thing the dog is active, but it's a bad thing the dog is too active at the wrong times.
She's the a-hole for creating the problem, feeding into the dog.
Yeah, I guess if you want to put it in that perspective, sure, but even then it's
Realistically, I mean, it's just kind of they're both handling the situation pretty bad, because one of them created the situation, but the other acknowledges it so much, but
Yeah.
does nothing to change it either.
Mhm.
So in a way, I wouldn't really say they're both the a-hole, but I wouldn't really say none of them are.
yeah.
I think the only problem is that the other guy's being an a-hole for not letting the dog back in when they're obviously just right there. It's like
Yeah.
1 second.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. So we're on a little break. We're gonna put some music on it, and we're probably gonna take a quick break so we can get right back into it again because I'm enjoying this.
Check on that man outside.
Yeah.
Check out those guys outside and see if they left. Until then, please enjoy the songs we play. We'll be right back. And we're back. Hi, Matt.
Hi, Liam.
That's Joe. I lied.
Whoa, got him.
Whoa.
It's me.
I'm a
Ew.
loser. My name's Matt.
That was just a low blow.
Matt's here still. Matt will come back on later, but Joe wanted to jump on for a little bit and get a little bit of the action. Sound good, everyone? Great. I don't care. You can't stop me. It's my show.
Oh, okay.
That's pretty woke.
Shut up, Cesar.
That's a pretty Kanye thing of you to do.
Be
Liam.
cool. All right, man. We're trying to thin ice now.
Have Kanye on episode 8.
Well, so since Joe's not researching, we have Quinn and Ivor behind me right now.
Hard at work. Nose to the grindstone over there.
Oh, they're on the Reddit. We have the Reddit threads right here, man. We don't need any more. So what are we researching? Nothing.
They're so good at researching. They're
Find the
researching
most
everything.
like obscene and grotesque thing you can find on Reddit and
anyways.
show it to us.
r/5050.
Yeah, do
Wait,
that.
are these like disgusting?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
I was gonna say I don't want to read any of those.
No.
Okay, so we're gonna get right into it, Matt. I can't with you.
Somebody close the blinds on that, man.
Yeah. All right. So
That light's like right at my eye.
Oh, just have somebody actually close the blinds.
Am I an a-hole? Am I an a-hole for telling my girlfriend that I told her? Wait, hold on. I had a stroke. Am I an a-hole for telling my girlfriend that I told her so after one of her male friends tried to get with her? Oh,
Significant
I
other.
told her so.
Told her so.
Told her so. Like, I told you so.
Oh.
No, I think it means significant other.
Wait, no.
What?
For telling my girlfriend that I told her so after one of I guarantee she told her off after one
No,
of her.
I told you so. Like,
Right.
when I said Liam is a big
Oh,
fool and he started reading
telling
things
my
wrong, and I
girlfriend
went, I told you so.
Oh, yeah, that's great. That's the title. Awesome. All right. Basically, my girlfriend and I have been together for about a year now. My girlfriend has more than a few guy friends, and I am not one of those guys that think men and girls can't be friends. However, with two of these guys, it's very clear that they want more than just friendship from her. Like clear as day, to the point where I don't get how she doesn't see it. If I can notice just by the weird energy that they try to exude, right? Yeah, exude when present, she should be able to get it too, right? Wrong. Anytime I point this out, she gets upset with me. She tells me that I'm being jealous and reading into things that aren't there. I argue back that I am letting her know, and as a guy, I could probably tell much better than she can, since women tend to be a little slow regarding things like this. So 2 nights ago, tonight, she was hanging out with her friends, and this guy was present. For what she told me, they were all drinking, and he said something that implied his want to be with her. She was mad uncomfortable, or she was made uncomfortable by this, and the night ended shortly after. Fast forward to yesterday morning, she got a series of texts apologizing for what he said, and then backpedaling, saying he would treat her so much better than me, and she's wasting her time with me. She of course said no and was upset with him. Oh my God, this is just sad. After she told me, I just read the text and simply said, "Wow, who's could have seen this?" And said, "Wow, who could have seen this coming?" A bit sarcastically. This set her off, and she got mad. She said that I was being such a a-hole to her, and she had no way of seeing this coming. She been ticked off at me since. Am I the a-hole?
I can understand the being blind to seeing when people are flirting with you. I can very, very to a small distance get that part.
Oh yeah,
but
no, I'm one person that's like that. Like
yeah.
I don't know.
Oh no, I'm like overly
Cole's
blind,
here, and
but
Cole can contest. It's happened before with people, right? Yeah, he's here. That's happened before. No, that doesn't not answer the question. I said it's happened before with me, where people have flirted with me. I didn't even realize until you told me. Yeah.
But like, it's not for her to be all just kind of upset about him getting the gratification of the "I told you so."
Yeah.
Because it's not like he told her once.
Mm-hmm.
From what it sounds like, he's told her several times, to the point where it's just kind of an ongoing thing.
Yeah, I think he had every right to be sarcastic at the end. Like, even if it did come off a little rude, like in the moment, but at the end time, it's like he's literally been saying this forever, and all of a sudden it happens, and it's just kind of like, well, you know.
Yeah, I mean, like,
what is he gonna say? Wow, I had no clue.
yeah, like, what was the end goal of her sending those texts outside of? I mean, I don't know if this sounds very cynical, but like sympathy. Like, if he's been saying this, even if it's just like superstition or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, what do you want the man to say? Like, come on. So I don't know. I don't think he's the booty hole. Not gonna lie.
Oh my God, this one you sent me is like an essay.
Which one's that?
For kicking my son's girlfriend out of our house.
Oh, that one was very funny. It's you only have to read half of it, because then there's like updates and edits. It's very silly.
All right, yeah, sounds good. All right, what about you, Bree?
I disagree with all of you. When that happens, like, I understand where you're coming from. Like, he said it, and like she wants to ignore it because that's her friend. But now at this point, she has lost her friend.
Yeah,
and she's more sad, and she just wants support. It's like, okay, we get it. You said it. Like, but like.
No, I wasn't thinking of it like that perspective, but when you say it like that, it makes sense why she could be mad.
I can understand that too, but then you kind of got to question, was he ever really a friend to begin with, or how long were those feelings going on?
Yeah, but to her, it's like that was her friend, even if he didn't see it that way.
Yeah, that's fair. No, I can see where she's coming from, but I can also see where you're coming from. It's like
No, I get it. Like, yeah.
it's
But-
kind of like, for his perspective, it's like, I've been saying this for so long, how can you not realize it? And then from her perspective, it's like, I just lost someone that's been in my life for a good bit, and he's a good friend of mine.
Yeah, like I don't
But-
need you saying you told me so.
I
Like,
think,
I guess it'd be neither. Then it's just a lack of communication.
yes,
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, I don't think.
Well, I feel
both
like the
of them are
communication has
wrong.
been there. It's just they
The right
never chose
kind.
to understand each other and what they were
Yeah.
really saying.
So that could be not great. Yeah. Well.
Moving on.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, no, that was just sad towards the end. I could treat you better. It sounds like a
Dude
Shawn,
was pulling
We
out
should've
all
skipped
the
that last
stops.
one.
sounds like a Shawn Mendes song right
He
there.
can treat her better. Honestly, go with him. Why not?
Yeah, man.
Humor him.
Because only
last
words.
ditch attempt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Bree.
Okay. Am I the a-hole for telling my extended family how many men, roughly, my sister has slept with after she outed our youngest brother as a virgin?
Oh God.
We had a family dinner this evening. My family has 4 kids in total: me, my elder sister, younger sister, and youngest brother. Extended family attended our family dinner, so all of our significant others, our cousins, aunts, uncles, etc. During the dinner, my eldest sister and youngest brother got into a mild disagreement. My sister seemed, at least to me, to be coming across as very aggressive out of frustration in losing said argument. The two of them were too absorbed in their arguments to realize the rest of us were getting a bit fed up. Eventually, my sister got really fed up and said, "Shut up, I'm not going to argue with a 22-year-old virgin."
Oh God.
My brother hadn't done any personal attacks up until this point. It was completely unprovoked. I think it may have been the alcohol, as my sister was a mean drunk. Anyway, I immediately told my sister to grow up and that she was making an embarrassment of herself. She replied by saying everyone knows he's a virgin and she didn't say anything wrong. This annoyed me, as my bro definitely had confidence issues and doesn't need to be made fun of like this. So I responded by saying how she slept with well over 100 men while she was in college, and that since everyone in the family knows, that's not a big deal, right? Turns out her husband didn't know this amazingly. I genuinely assumed he must have known. He left the party angrily, saying my sister misled him about her past.
Oh God.
Family is blaming me for their marital problems. I refuse to accept I did anything wrong. My sister bullied my brother in front of everyone. All I did was give her a taste of her own medicine.
I think
Fight and
Ugh.
fire worked really well for them.
I've gotten arguments like that with my sister before. Not like that topic, but like things like that. Just kind of going back and forth, saying like a secret or two, and all that. Yeah, that's me. No, don't do what you don't. Come on, don't do what you. Don't do that.
This is what happens
no,
when the
this
editor
is-
is not in the chair.
Yeah, that's like
Yeah.
that's like.
It's all falling apart without you there.
I mean, I'm having a lot of fun talking.
It's
They
great
can play
having
Duck
you.
Life and cool math games. I don't care.
You can play
So
games.
Cesar-
Ooh, play Happy Wheels,
Who's the
actually. Play
a-hole?
Happy Wheels. The
Uh,
a-hole is probably...
The sister.
I don't know.
The older sister.
The
It's
sister.
the
sister?
oldest sister,
Oh, yeah.
but also...
Oh, yeah.
The right move wasn't to escalate if everyone
Well,
was fed up. Like, I get
actually-
defending the younger brother, but, like...
Actually, it's both of
don't know.
them. In my opinion, it's both, because she started off by going personal, but he continued. So it's kind of a thing of like, you kind of stooped to her level. You could have like been a bigger man, just been like, moving on. But like he had to like, kind of went up her, and it's kind of a thing of just like, let people be people and make a fool of themselves, and just be kind of a bigger man about it. And he wasn't. So.
No, the sister did it, not the brother.
No, I
Yeah.
know both did. Like he said that the thing about her sleeping with 100 guys.
He didn't say that.
The
Who
younger
said-
brother never said anything
Who
about
said
that.
that?
Yeah, the younger
The-
brother got totally...
There was
Younger
the older
sister.
sister who said the virgin thing, the younger brother who took the virgin thing,
Mhm.
and then the middle child who
Who said it?
said it.
Oh.
Defending
Yeah.
your brother.
Well, then she deserved it.
Yeah. I mean, basically, the
Yeah.
younger brother took it probably as maturely as possible. And if anything, yeah, you could say that the one who was writing the story is kind of the a-hole. But at the same time,
did
there was
need to
already a
defend her
situation
brother.
to begin with. Adding to it wasn't exactly
Yeah.
doing too much. I mean, she was already drunk, so it's obvious that if that conversation didn't end there, who knows where it would have gone to.
Yeah.
And it came from a good place, too. If the brother wasn't going to say anything, like... I don't know. That's like a thing of respect, you know?
Yeah.
Like getting completely humiliated like that in front of your, not just your immediate family. Because if it's immediate family, I'm sure like the parents would have stepped in.
Mm-hmm.
But like this like extended family. So it's like
Yeah.
she's challenging him.
Mm-hmm.
He can't stand up for himself. So the sister steps in.
Yeah.
Honestly, the younger brother might be the a-hole for not doing anything
What?
for himself. You know, he didn't have the mindset
That's
of
the
a winner.
perspective we want.
Yeah,
He should have just been an
Weak-willed.
alpha male.
Yeah, see that? He is weak-willed. He
Yeah.
couldn't defend himself in
You
that
know,
situation.
Beta male.
if you're getting bullied in high school, you're the problem.
Yep.
If you get bullied, bully back.
Yeah.
See
It's
that?
not the guy that's making fun of you every day. It's you for not defending yourself. You're the
These
problem.
weak-willed people wander around our society, meandering so depressingly.
And this is why we need to bring bullying back to
Yep.
strengthen society,
True.
Yep. And then we do trial by combat.
aka making fun of Jackie Boy. By the way, congratulations to Jack for being an uncle now.
Yeah.
All right, stop clapping. He doesn't need it anymore. Don't boost his ego any more than it is boosted.
This did win the badge of everyone sucks.
Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah, I figured.
Honestly, I'd say the only person who didn't really suck was just the younger brother.
Nah.
He was just a beta.
Nah, if I met that guy, I'd be kind of annoyed with him. I'd be like, and you sat there and watched and did nothing.
And
Yeah.
you didn't
Yep,
defend
I
yourself.
did that.
Now
then I went to
everyone's
bed
mad at
alone.
his sister when she was just defending him.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
getting all the heat. Well, he should have took it.
All right.
See that? Yeah.
Wanna
He
do
should have
another one?
stepped up. Yeah.
All right. Ready? So wait, the recap. I think her.
The older sister.
Yeah.
hmm
Bree.
I don't know. I think, yeah, either the older sister or him.
So both kind of. Both
Not-
are-
Not the one who said it.
But the younger.
The brother.
Yeah.
And then the older sister.
The younger brother that took it.
Yeah, well, he's letting his sister take all the
Yeah.
heat. He's
Yeah.
letting his younger sister take
Yeah,
his older sister take all the heat for something like he could have defended.
I guess. Joe.
I don't like any of them. They're like all the
Oh,
worst.
he hates the whole
no,
family.
I like the middle sister because
The middle
she
brother?
did what her little brother was too weak-willed to do.
True.
All right, Caesar.
Honestly, I don't like any of them. And you
Oh
know
my
why?
God.
Because that middle
I
sister,
think
she
you guys
should have
just-
hit the older one with
You
more.
guys just hate the family, so.
Put on more
She should have
heat.
gone harder.
Exactly. She was
Yeah.
holding back.
Not maybe get a divorce, fully get a divorce
Yeah,
for their
exactly.
husband.
Ruin their relationship.
Don't just
Make
burn
them
the bridge.
depressed for
Make it no
life.
longer exist.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys just hate the family.
Yep.
Okay.
I want to see it in shambles.
All right, ready?
I want to see
am
two
I,
Christmases.
Am I the a-hole? am I the am I the a-hole for making a dad joke? That's the title.
I think I read this one.
All right. No,
I thought it was kind of funny.
no. My stepdaughter Madeline was about a year old when when I married her mother, Jessica. Madeline's father died before she was born. Oh God. Oh God.
It's like a Disney movie starting with.
Madeline is currently 15 and she's rebelling for almost everything. She did something bad, so while picking her up, I set a punishment for her. Then she said, "You're not my dad. I don't have to follow you." Honestly, I got a bit hurt from that, but I understand that she didn't mean it, and she'd probably change. I just replied, "I'm still your legal guardian for the next 3 years. As long as you're in my house, you have to follow my rules." That happened about 2 days ago. So my family was going grocery shopping when Madeline said, "I'm hungry. I need food." I decided to extremely cheeky say, "I'm hungry. I'm hungry. I'm not your dad." My son just started to laugh uncontrollably. My daughter, oh God, my daughter just quiet with embarrassment, and my wife was berating me not quote unquote not to stoop down to her level, end quote. I honestly thought it was a funny dad joke, and my son agrees. So, am I the a-hole? Mini update. I probably give a full update later, but here's what happened so far. I go to my daughter's room after dinner and begin talking with her. quote, "Hey, I'm really sorry that I hurt you by the words I said. I am really your dad. I changed your diapers and I met your boyfriend and I plan on helping you through college and I'm legally your dad, so we're stuck together. But seriously, I'm going to love you like my daughter even if you don't think I'm your dad." Then I hugged her. She started to cry. I'm assuming that's good. No,
What
so
a
he
great dad.
So he made up.
Yeah.
So no, I don't think he's an a-hole at all. I
He's
think
not just the stepdad. He's the dad who stepped up.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think he's actually a really good guy. For doing that to her, going up to her after the fact and talking to her, and also just like, it was an innocent joke that like really doesn't mean much. So I think there's not really much to say about that.
Honestly, it just feels like one of those cases where it's like it may have like annoyed her at the time, but realistically, in a few years, she's gonna look back on that and she just won't resist laughing.
Yeah, this feels like the plot of like a Full House episode or something.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny how he just said that with his full chest. Hi, hungry. I'm not your dad. That's like a grand slam. She got verbally dunked on. I was like, man.
Like he had to have been waiting with that joke. You can't just pull that out of nowhere.
I think we're just all in agreement that he's not a bad guy.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, cool.
If anything, the daughter is the a-hole. The stepdaughter. She's too sensitive.
Yeah, always
Bree,
rebelling.
you want to do the next one?
Sure. Am I the a-hole for sleeping naked on top of the covers to teach my flatmate's girlfriend a lesson?
Huh?
I do that every night regardless. So.
What?
What?
So, I, a 21-year-old
my
guy,
dorm.
live with my childhood best friend, 22, also a guy, and have done so for 2 years now. Up until last week, things were perfect between us. However, he recently got a new girlfriend, 23, lady, and she honestly seems absolutely great, except for one thing. She seemingly has a complete aversion to knocking. She and I have quite a bit in common, and I actually like spending time with her. However, it bugs the heck out of me when she just barges into my room without knocking first. Now, she's never walked in on me doing anything untoward. I'm usually just chilling on my bed or studying at my desk. However, on at least 7 separate occasions now, she's done it first thing in the morning to ask if I want coffee. I sleep naked. Every time prior to the last one, I've been under the covers and she hasn't seen anything, but I always point out that she could have, and she just giggles and says, but I didn't. When she stayed over last week, in order to make my point, I intentionally slept on top of the covers. Sure enough, she barges in at 7 a.m., begins to ask if I want coffee, and sees my you-know-what. She immediately backed out of my room and didn't speak to me for the rest of the day. My mate later pulled me aside and said I was bang out of order, accused me of deliberately exposing myself, and pointed out that I'd threatened to do it before. I literally just said, okay, but what if I had no covers on and you saw everything? They're now framing this to others that I'm some type of sick creep who intentionally got naked and lay in wait for her, because that's how I get my rocks off. And I'm kind of seeing how it came off that way, and made the a-hole for doing this.
Well, I think so, because he literally just said like they're framing it like I intentionally got naked, slept on top of the covers, and just waited for her to come in at 7 a.m.
And then that's the title of the thing.
That's literally what you did.
He admitted to it multiple times.
Yeah, so
and it's like,
I think you are, because she's literally just, even though it might be annoying, she's literally doing something that's kind, asking if you want coffee. She's not like going in there ripping the sheets off of you and being like, wake up. She's literally like going out of her way to
like 3 words: lock the door.
Not even just lock the door. I mean, if it's that bad to where it's happened that often, tell your childhood best friend about it. I mean, it just seems like he's only told the girlfriend and she just keeps brushing it off like if it's never going to happen. If you tell the boyfriend, just, hey, don't let her in my room. I don't like her in my room. I think more likely he'll understand perfectly fine and keep her out. I mean, they're childhood best friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did win the not the a-hole badge.
Really?
Yeah. Reddit agrees with him.
Reddit, so
Reddit agrees with him.
Well, Reddit is filled with people.
they probably do that. They probably are the guy that did that for their sick kicks, and they're like, yeah, I don't see anything wrong with that. I do that normally with my flatmates.
Somebody commented she totally wanted to see his Enough said.
She definitely did. She was just shocked.
No comment at this time. I don't want to muddy the waters of this seemingly perfect relationship where I like how he said, "You know what?" too. Like, what do you think he saw? What do you think she saw? I have no clue.
I think she saw his stomach.
Are we allowed to say the word
Whoa.
on air?
I don't think so.
The
No. No.
Okay. Sorry, I almost had it out.
She saw a hot dog.
But
A
yeah,
wiener schnitzel.
so he's not the a-hole?
That thing.
No, he is the a-hole, sorry. That's what you guys said?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he's like, they're framing it this way.
But
Dude,
because there's
why
literally
would you
no other
do
way to
that?
frame it. There's
Why?
literally no other way to frame it, dude. You literally did that.
Because, like, he thought about this. This is my best friend's girlfriend. I am going to get naked because she's going to walk in on me.
I feel like he was hoping for something to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, come on, dude.
Yeah.
Better ways.
All right. Well, we're on a little break. When we get back, we're gonna finish off some more of Reddit threads, and we're gonna call it a night after that. Until then, please enjoy some of our songs.
Bye, guys.
Enjoy. And we're back. Hi,
Hi,
Quinn.
Liam.
Oh.
What's up, Liam?
Hey, Quinn. Hey, Bree. How's it going?
Pretty good.
That's good. How you doing, buddy?
Pretty good.
That's good. I'm glad. That makes me happy for you.
You're not happy.
I'm not happy. What's to be happy about? All right. Anyways, do you know what we're doing tonight, Quinn? Have you been paying attention?
I have been paying attention a little
All right,
bit.
so tell us.
We're reviewing Reddit threads.
There you go, man. You got it. All right. So you stopped. You did the last one last time, right?
I did. It's your turn.
My turn. Okay. All right. We're getting right into it. So wait. Just so we can context. Bree, Quinn, Cesar, me. That's who's talking right now. Cool. Awesome. Okay. So, you good, man? Am I the a-hole? Am I the a-hole for not wanting my wife to name our son after her brother? That's the title. My wife, Melissa, 31 female, and I, 31 male, have been married for 4 years. Melissa is 8 months pregnant with our son. Melissa and I have both used my last name. She changed hers to mine legally. And as she does not want to be associated with her last name, as she had a lot of trouble with her parents. Unfortunately, our last name is Mason, as in
Manson.
Charles Manson. Oh, sorry. Manson. It really sucks, but it's what I have. Neither of us have ever had a problem with that until now. A few years ago, her brother unexpectedly passed away of a heart attack at the age of 35. We were both shocked and devastated. He was a great man who was healthy, and we were very close to him. Nobody saw it coming. He left behind his wife and 3 kids. Melissa wants to name our son after her brother. I would not have an issue with this if her brother name wasn't Charles. Oof. I told her I was not okay with naming our child Charles Manson. She insisted that nobody would notice or care. She is calling me an a-hole for disrespecting her brother like that. No, that her brother's last name was not Manson, that mine and Melissa's last name, that is mine and Melissa's last name. So I let this go and just name our son after a guy who should I just let this go and name our son after a guy who's been important in Melissa's life? ? I really do not want our kid to have to go through life having the same name as a serial killer. Imagine how hard it would be to get a job. Am I the a-hole? Quinn, you first.
I would say no because of the ending part about how he has the same name as the serial killer. I was going to say yes
Yeah.
at first because it was for her brother that passed away. So that's what I was thinking, but
One thing, though, I don't think Charles Manson's a serial killer. I think he's just a cult leader, but I could be wrong. Bree's looking. Because in my opinion, it'd be two different things if he's a serial killer or a cult leader. Because if it's a cult leader, it's one thing.
Yeah.
But if it's a serial killer that's actually killed people, then it's a whole
I would
different thing.
understand that.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say, like, I don't know. I don't think, like, an a-hole for that. No.
No.
I think it's just, like, it's kind of understandable.
Oh,
coming
no,
from him.
yeah.
I think he was a cult leader that made other people kill people.
Yeah, so I guess.
Okay, so
yeah,
kinda like similar thing
kind of
then.
like similar thing.
Yeah. So
It's
that's
kind of like Hitler.
I was about to say he's kind of like a
Last
minor
week.
version of Hitler.
Yeah. It's kind of like a, I
Yeah.
don't know. That's like a tough one.
Yeah.
I would say, like, he's not an a-hole.
Mhm.
Or she's not an a-hole for not wanting to name.
No, he.
Oh, he.
Yeah. It's her brother died. The
Yeah.
wife brother died. He is the one that doesn't want to name the kid.
Oh, okay.
Charles, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'd say no.
Yeah, I agree. I think that they can do whatever they want with a name, but I think it should be a mutual agreement. Like, my middle name is Charles, actually. So,
Charles.
Yeah.
No way.
Yes. I am related to Manson as well. No. But Charles is my middle name, so I have a bias of saying, maybe let the kid's name be Charles, because, it's a cool name. But
I mean, they can always make his middle name Charles to honor her brother.
Yeah, I
or
think-
like name him Charlie.
yeah,
Like, name him something
like
a little different.
You can give his middle name Charles, because literally you don't go in class being like, my name's Derek Charles Manson. It's like, no, you just say your first
Yeah.
name. So,
And
I
besides,
mean,
usually the middle name is kind of reserved for things like that because a lot of people just don't even have a middle name.
Yeah.
But at the same time, coming from someone who has a name where it's named after someone, I can kind of understand like more that job aspect thing of kind of like it can be awkward at times to get employed. Like I literally once had an employer genuinely ask me, "Am I related to the Roman Emperor?" Who was
Huh?
like, several thousand years ago. Where am I supposed to know I'm related to him?
Yeah.
And I almost didn't get employed because the guy didn't like him.
That's so weird.
So in that sense, I could kind of understand, but at the same time,
Yeah,
It's
it
just-
kind of like makes for like awkward situations, I guess you could
Yeah.
say. Just
Yeah.
'cause-
it just makes things awkward.
No
So
one's-
just especially once that kid gets older and all his peers understand who he is, like what the name means and what its original person was.
yeah. So it could kind
What
of
is going
backfire.
on over there?
Who's gonna call Charles Manson in for an interview?
Who's gonna
Yeesh.
say that? Oh, hey,
Vinny.
who's your coworker? Who's your boss? Charles Manson.
Yeah, like it's just
I don't know. I think that they can do whatever they want. It's their kid's name, but I think that maybe just having the middle name Charles, like Bree said, would be the move.
That would probably be the move.
Yeah, instead of like naming it like.
What's with the low sugar Powerade? I've wanted to ask that for like a minute now.
What is it?
Like,
Oh, it's the only one. It was at the store, so I just bought it.
Quinn has diabetes,
I do.
so he needs to drink a lot of
Yeah.
sugary
Lot of
drinks.
Sugar, yeah.
Yeah.
Sugary beverages.
Yeah, but he's in great shape.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got calves of steel.
He's got the thunder thighs.
Yeah.
I do.
Bree, you want to go?
sure. Am I the a-hole for eating the toppings off my boyfriend's pizza? Earlier tonight, I ordered a Hawaiian pizza, which is a problem within itself, with my boyfriend. We've only been dating a month, so it's the first time I ate pizza with him. We only finished about half, and then we went to watch TV. I was still hungry, so I ate all the toppings off the pizza. When he saw, he absolutely flipped out. He said that he was saving it for lunch tomorrow, that he never met anyone who would do anything like this, and was just generally upset. I thought he was joking and laughed it off, but it's been a couple hours and he is still upset. He's talking about how he was looking forward to having the leftover pizza for lunch, and now I've ruined his lunch. I offered to buy him another pizza, but he kept saying that it wasn't about that, and I just ruined his day. Is he overreacting, or am I the a-hole?
You're both just psychopaths. A Hawaiian pizza?
Yeah.
Shut up, peanut gallery. No.
Yeah, that's fire. You actually just got sunned.
That means
You're on the
like,
sidelines, man.
That means a cackling
Jack's the
group
boy.
of people on the sidelines.
Yeah. Like, you know how
Yep,
there's like
you heard me. Jack's the
like
boy.
how there's like Full House and how there's like the live audiences.
Jack's the man.
Jack kinda is
Jack's
the
been,
boy.
Yeah, that's
Jack's
actually the
been,
peanut gallery.
Jack has been extremely respectful, and so has Cole. Thank you guys. Of course.
We love
Jack's
Jack.
the boy. Yeah. So
Jack, start talking about Keystone Species. And
yeah, so about the pizza.
So
I
Liam,
was-
who's the a-hole?
What was it again about pizza?
It was about the boyfriend or the girlfriend
girlfriend.
was eating the toppings off the pizza.
Oh, that is a
The leftover
But
pizza.
I don't think
yeah, the
yeah,
leftover
that is a
pizza.
terrible.
But
that's
saying it like
terrible.
ruined your entire day is just I think it's like
No,
Yeah.
that's criminal. That's,
yeah, but it's still pizza. It's
no,
still
that's
cheese
criminal.
pizza.
That-
There's
that's
still
10
pizza.
years.
Still pizza.
No, that's 10 years.
All
No,
right, 10 years.
That's criminal. You cannot do that.
That's almost as
So
criminal
imagine
as
because it
people
just
believe
makes
it's
dents
letter.
in the pizza too, like where the topping
It's
used
still
to be.
pizza though.
No, man, it's not the same. It's not the same. It's criminal. So yeah, they're the a-hole.
I have to say, suck it up and just have a cheese pizza. I mean, I like cheese pizza.
They need to be cuffed.
Peanut gallery.
Jack.
You guys say she's not the a-hole?
I would say that she's. Wait.
I'd say she's not, just for the fact of it's just toppings on a pizza. It's not something.
And she offered to buy him a new one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she tried to fix it, so I
I
would
mean,
say
Honestly,
she's
a
not the
fresh
a-hole.
pizza is better than a day-old pizza.
Nah,
He's just being a baby.
that's criminal.
He is being a baby.
It's my pizza. I wrote that thread.
Probably did.
That's why
You probably did.
that's why me and my ex broke up.
She ate the pineapple off
yeah,
the pizza?
she ate the pineapple off
Jack.
the pizza.
I suddenly have lost so much respect for you. How dare you order pineapple
that's
pizza?
that's my thread. Anyways,
Oh, there's the username, Liam123.
oh, that's a coincidence. Am I the a-hole for expecting people to pay their fair share? Okay. Every year, my wife's family plans a beach trip. They usually require a large house for the almost 30 people that go. For some reason, the cost gets divided by family and not person, meaning that my wife and I, who have no kids, pay the same as her sister and brothers-in-law, who have themselves 5 children. Am I reading that wrong?
Oh.
I'm rereading this. Every year, my wife's family plans a beach trip. We usually require a large house for the most 30 people that go. For some reason, the cost gets divided by the family, not the person. Meaning that my wife and I, who have no kids, pay the same as her sisters and brothers-in-laws, who have themselves 5 children. Accommodations for these year's trips cost roughly $6,800, which divided by 8 families is about $850. However, if we were divided by person, it would cost my wife and I only about $650. I brought this up to her, and she admitted that this is the way they've always done it, so that's the way it is. So am I the a-hole for not wanting to subsidize her sister's $2,300 vacation bill? Oh God. For clarity, the large family always get their own living space with restrooms. Meanwhile, wife and I are stuck on an air mattress in someone else's room or living space. Oh my God.
At that point, I just wouldn't even go with the family.
Yeah, you guys can have fun paying the extra, because that's just not. If that was me, I would just never go on that family trip again.
You guys
What?
could have your little Airbnb wherever
What?
you want. I'm gonna get the hotel down the street.
Wait, you want to say something about it?
Oh, I just relate to the story heavy because pretty much the exact same thing happened.
Oh, really?
And I think it's really messed up.
Yeah.
Especially because there's a lot of hidden.
Well, come here. No one can hear you.
Yeah.
If you want to say your piece.
This is Ivor.
Yeah, Ivor's here.
Hello, everyone. So I relate
Jag.
to this story because my family did something very similar. For New Year's, we rented a house up in Maine, and we went to spend like the night and everything. And it's the exact same thing. Like I'm an only child, so my mom, my stepdad like paid like for us three, but then like it was also divided like per like household that we were doing it. But then like my aunt and uncle, who pretty much had like 4 kids, were also paying the exact same like amount. So we were paying like more, and then there were like a lot of like hidden fees that we didn't even like realize that like we were like paying. Like we eventually paid for like their alcohol the day before we even got there. And when they talked about it, it was like, bro, like it's not a big deal and everything. I'm just like, what? Like, that's absolutely ridiculous. And then I just feel like, and then we found out that like they were honestly like buying food like just for themselves, like before because we got there like halfway through the trip and we're supposed to pay for what was going to be for the second half. We were actually paying like a percentage of the food and like resources that were in like the day before that we had absolutely no use for. And I was like, this is messed up. And no one ever patched it up, and I still have a grudge for it. I mean, I don't really have grudges, but I'm like,
Hold grudges.
I just think it's really messed up, and especially because like I plan the moves in my friend group sometimes, and like there's always like 1 or 2 people that just do not like chip in, and like I feel like it's different. Like if you offer to pay, that's fine, but if you're making it clear that like everyone should contribute, then it's just honestly fair to have everyone be equal. Otherwise, you don't want someone to spend more, especially when you're getting like a lesser experience. I think that's really messed up, and they're
Honestly,
a-holes.
hear me out. If you're gonna be doing that, have your kid just invite all their friends on that vacation. Make it unfair for everyone else.
If they have to suffer, everyone has to suffer.
Exactly.
Yeah, but they had to like sleep on a mattress in someone else's room, which I find ridiculous. I wouldn't even like bother to go. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Should
So-
bring the family dog.
Yeah. What, Matt? Oh, Matt wants to say something now.
I think it's a little bit of a like first world problem to be complaining about, lying on an air mattress when you're spending the day at like a beach house. Just tough it out. People have it worse. What are you doing? That's my perspective on it. Yeah.
Thanks, Matt.
We love you, Matt.
Yeah, whatever, Matt.
Matt lives matter.
Matt, no. No one likes Matt.
We love
I like Matt.
I like Pat.
I like Pat better.
Who's Pat?
Yeah, you had to
It's
be
a
there.
long story.
Oh, okay, got you.
You had to be
I
there.
wasn't even there. And I know
AKA,
who Pat is.
on the Broadway episode on our YouTube. What's our YouTube?
The Lounging Around podcast.
Oh, yeah. Eva, what's her Instagram?
Lounging.around.podcast.
Thank you.
Make sure to like and subscribe.
Hey. Hey. Hi. All right, Bree, you want to read the next one?
Okay. Am I the a-hole for pretending to get fired when customers get a temper with me? I'm a high schooler with a weekend job at a coffee shop. My coworkers who work weekends are James, the owner's son, he's a shift manager, and Danielle, a college student who sometimes works weekends too. So sometimes customers will come in and just be angry about such little stuff, like literally blow up about nothing. I don't know if they're in a bad mood already and looking for someone to take it out on or what, but it's a lot. Like, how sad are you to be a grown man taking your anger out on high school and college kids? So James and I were joking about having a little fun with them and hopefully getting them off our backs. So one day I was at work and some guy who was having a temper about how we don't make the coffee hot enough, which I didn't know could be a thing, I gave him right out of the machine. So James came in and was like, "Sir, is there a problem here?" And the guy started ranting at him too. So he was like, "Oh, this is unacceptable. You're fired." I started acting real sad, like, "No, please don't fire me. My family needs the money. I need this job, please." And he played up being a hard butt, telling me to take off my apron and leave. The angry guy started to backtrack, like, "It isn't that big of a problem. You don't need to fire her over it. I didn't mean it." And James was like, "No, we pride ourselves on the best customer service." Of course, after all the drama, I still had my job. We were just acting. And we've done it a couple times whenever a customer will lose their temper at Daniela or I. James will storm in and fire us, and almost every time the person who had come in angry will apologize and say they didn't mean it. It's kind of satisfying making people realize their actions might actually have consequences. Anyway, I was telling my friends from school about this, and a few of them thought it was a mean prank to let someone go away thinking they've gotten someone who desperately needs the money fired. Am I the a-hole for this joke?
Not one bit.
I feel like that's just one of those fun social experiments I'd watch a YouTube video on.
I think it humbles people to like just check their emotions or like not be so quick to anger, really, because you can't just go in a place and just react in such a way to like a situation that's like an honest mistake. You know?
Yeah, you can't just treat anyone how you feel like it and expect there not to be consequences.
Yeah, exactly. Evil.
So
He's like, I'm prepping.
I work at the financial aid office, and I get parents and students coming in trying to blow my ear off because they just don't know how to do certain tasks involving financial aid, and apparently that's always our fault. And having dealt with so many like really bad parents and students, I've noticed that like I don't like when we enable that behavior by being like corporately nice and just eating it all up, because it lets them get away with doing it.
Yeah.
So something like this, in my opinion, is kind of setting a standard where it's like, look what your like behaviors can do, like you said.
Yeah.
And I would always be for like customer service workers, like just not putting up with like the BS that like customers can give, because it's honestly like I've worked at pretty hard jobs, and like customer service has always been like the absolute worst.
Yeah.
Worst place I've worked at. And it's the audacity of some people is like insane. So I mean, if you really want to go by morals, maybe it was a little pushing it a little too hard.
Yeah.
Right? Like really trying to play devil's advocate, since I really like what they did. I think sometimes you have to get to that level to set a standard that, in my opinion, usually gets ignored, because we can't just coddle people and let them just delete their social skills as soon as they step into a Dunkin'.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I also feel like people just usually tend to forget as well, after like some people get old enough, that these young kids who are working behind the counters of like these fast food chains, they don't have to work there. They're working there either because they need the money or because they're just doing it for a job. It's not, they don't get paid to deal with you. They get paid to do something. If
You get
you're
paid
not,
to make coffee, not to deal with angry people.
they're not getting paid to deal with you whining because your coffee just wasn't that little extra degree hotter. If that's the case, make your own coffee.
Yeah.
You
can literally
pay
do
for
that.
it, so you get what you get. If you don't like it,
Well, you were talking about the financial aid office. Would you do that to someone at the financial aid office?
Oh my God, I wish. The closest I've gotten is being very subtly passive aggressive and very direct, where it's like, you know, like for example, like a parent needs to have their own authorization code to speak with us.
Yeah.
And the classic event is like a parent calls for the student because the student doesn't want to do anything, and then we're like, we can't do it because we need the code, and they're like, I pay the tuition. Why can't I like look in the account? I'm like, well, if you see here where we do this, you can like go to the website and sign up. Like it's just a government law, and then they will continue to push like, this is ridiculous. Like blah blah blah. Like I literally paid this on tuition. Why can you show it to me? And I wish I could just tell them like, bro, I can't do a single thing right now. Like I have no control over this. Like you're just gonna have to take it up with the government, honestly, if you want your issue to be resolved. And then sometimes they do stuff that's late. Like it's something on their fault. Like we'll give them a deadline to submit an appeal, and they'll submit it like the day after. Yeah. And they'll get mad when we deny it, where it's like, it's not my fault. You can't fill out a paperwork in 5 minutes.
Yeah, you did it yourself.
Yeah. So I wish we could just like drop like the facade and just be direct with these people, because honestly, it would teach them to be more responsible. Yeah. And it would teach students to be more assertive, because sometimes students come in and they're like, walk me through this like step by step, like tell me where to click.
Yeah, no, like, that's just kind of ridiculous, because just it's the point where you're just like handing out free passes just for people to be jerks, and I don't think that's the narrative we want to have people have.
The only reason why they allow it is because, in a way, we are an office that sells the university. Like everything's an experience. So the way I'm sure a lot of the admins think, it's like, if a student wants to come to Eastern and they come to the Fin Aid office and we're like jerks to them, they're gonna be like, I don't want to come here because the office were jerks to me and I didn't get my aid. But I think it's just a very twisted, just overblown way of just wanting to get so much money that you let your student workers just take so much crap. Sorry.
I wonder where that whole thing of kind of corporate hospitality came from, though. Like
make money.
Yeah, but like,
money.
Who started it to then cause such a...
Well, it's a thing of just like, we go back in ancient time, like you got this blacksmith and the two blacksmiths on the same street, and one's a little nicer than the other. You go to the guy that's nicer.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just like common courtesy. It's just, and then eventually they see like, oh, niceness gets me more people that just want to talk to me and hang out. And then same thing with like hot dog stands. It's just that's why they work so well, because you get the personal interaction with someone, and like these, and there's just that's how they work. It's just people want the person to person connection to a point where they can just smile and wave and be happy with a person that they don't know, because at that point builds a connection that you really don't have,
Of course.
with someone else.
And that's good. Like I think that's good. I think we as student workers should be welcoming and inviting. Like
Yeah.
I talk very casually with the students. I try to help them out. I'm like, I use very nice language.
Yeah.
Like I get nice, but like I think it goes both ways,
Yeah.
right? Especially when it's like if your behavior is disrupting and not letting me deal with your issue efficiently, then at that point, like you're affecting the service that I'm providing.
Mm.
So then it's like it is on the consumer to also be a good consumer, as
Yeah.
it is on ours to be a good service provider.
Yeah.
I'd say.
No, definitely. But going back to the Reddit thread, real quick.
There's a funny comment.
Yeah.
Someone commented, I can just imagine some repeat a-hole customer who gets the same girl fired every week. This is your last chance and yell, I won't rehire you again. Which I
Nah,
just
but
find that funny.
that whole thing. So just going through now, I think there's nothing wrong with that, because for me, if I was a customer, I'd be like, good story, and then just
Agree.
have it as one of my arsenals. Bree.
I agree. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I'm gonna start doing that at work now. When I go back home.
There you go.
You were.
No, if it wasn't already obvious, not the
Nah,
asshole.
Well, obviously not.
Yeah.
I would just, if anything, I would be probably one of the people who would do that.
No, I would definitely do that.
Same, yeah.
I'm gonna go fire my friend at work when someone starts yelling at her.
All right, we're all out of time.
Wah, wah, wah.
Sad day. I know. We gotta go. We're
Fun
getting-
topic? You enjoyed the topic?
Oh, I loved it. We're gonna definitely do that again some point.
Yeah,
Maybe
we
next
have to.
week.
Yeah.
We'll have to see. But until then, thank you, Ivor.
Yes.
Thank you, Cesar.
All our guests.
And thank you, Quinn.
Thank you, Peanut
Thank
Gallery.
you, Quinn. Yeah. And thank you, Joe. And thank you, Bree.
Anytime.
And I don't think I'm missing anyone else.
Oh.
Oh, that
Did,
guy.
did you say that? Did you say Jack? We gotta make sure
yeah,
Jack.
Jack and Cole. Thank
Yeah.
you guys. Thank you.
Thank you to
I
everyone in this room
Oh,
except
thank you, the
Matt.
guy who's outside on the windows.
Oh, he's still here?
No.
Oh. I thought he left by now. Oh, he's dabbing. This is not good. All right, I'll go delete the footage.
I was just thinking about that. Remember dabbing?
Oh God.
Yeah, people take that way too out of proportion.
Yeah.
Remember, how can I forget that?
Well,
Oh, well.
Kiskin is continuing the tradition, I guess.
Oh, man.
Jack whipping
Man's a
Nene.
loser. And here we go, Jack, the uncle now, in his dances.
Exactly.
He's got to fill the role.
He's got to be that uncle who can
All right,
embarrass
well.
his nephew any day.
Make
Yeah.
sure to sub to the Liam is Awesome podcast.
Yeah, well, I wish that was a thing. It's all about me. Anyways, thank you all for listening. Have a nice night.
Alright there, mate. You're listening to the Lounge Around podcast. Stick around for more.